Ukrainian forces continue to intensify strikes not only on Russia's energy infrastructure, but also on key logistic targets. An ammunition depot in occupied Donetsk was hit, with a powerful explosion followed by secondary detonations that lasted for some time. Such strikes are aimed at undermining Russia's ability to supply and sustain its troops on the front, while energy infrastructure attacks weaken Moscow's economy and war machine. The combination of these blows is steadily increasing pressure on Russian forces, forcing them to divert resources to cover both military and economic vulnerabilities. Russian sappers in the Kursk region are said to have been butchered after being transferred to assault units and have been replaced by North Koreans. It's another example of Russia expending specialists in deadly attacks on Ukrainian positions. The wife of Daniil Saifulevich Ilyasov, a sapper demeanor serving with the 89th Guard Sapper Regiment, Military Unit 75,406, has recorded a pair of videos complaining about how her husband has likely been sent to his death in Ukraine. In late August 2025, North Korean soldiers took over from his unit, likely to do demining. Ilyasov was transferred to the 1st Platoon of the Grenade Launcher Rifle Battalion of the 163rd Guards Tank Regiment, Military Unit 84,839, where he was made a grenade launcher operator. On the 6th of September, Ilyasov was ordered to participate in a combat mission. He called his wife on the 12th of September to report that he had suffered a shrapnel wound to his right hand. The phalanges of his index and middle fingers were severed, leaving him unable to fire a weapon. He had multiple other health problems, including several herniated discs and hepatitis C. He told his wife that he and other wounded comrades had sought medical attention, but were refused, beaten, and ordered to continue fighting or face being zeroed out, executed. His wife has not heard from him since. She has called the unit's helpline but was told that there was no such soldier on their books and they couldn't help. She is now appealing for help from the authorities. I ask you to conduct an investigation into my husband's unit, as the wounded are being beaten, denied medical care, and threatened with having their lives reset. I also demand that my husband be sent to the hospital. At the moment, he and many of his fellow soldiers from this unit have been transferred to different assault units. They were transferred because they brought in soldiers from North Korea to fill their positions, all our sappers. But they were transferred to different assault units, right at the front, to be butchered. Why is this happening? After all, our husbands, fathers, and children, are they human beings too? Why were they practically reset to zero, executed because of this? Get to the bottom of this. How long will this continue with our husbands and sons? There's no contact. We don't know what's happened to them. Or are they immediately listed as missing in action? Please, get to the bottom of this. There have been similar reports of specialists such as drone operators, artillerymen, and air defense operators being expended in assault squads. It likely reflects severe shortages of personnel resulting from very heavy casualties. At the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, even ordinary Russians were cocky. They believed the job would be done quickly and that they would simply add another territory to Mordor. But life works in mysterious ways. Now they are scared and confused by daily attacks on their own cities, and they are asking themselves, when will it end?
When will this all end? I'm already tired of waking up every night. When will it all end?
They are already saying the volume is going down. Oh, those bangs are intense.
Just a second or two ago they said, if you want, hide somewhere from the window.
Well, this is the first time I've seen something like this.
France has seized the 244-meter tanker Pushpa, also known as Boracay, off Saint-Nazaire, suspected of belonging to Russia's Shadow Fleet. The ship, which departed Primorsk on September 20th with 115,000 tons of oil, is under investigation for maritime violations. France has detained 2 senior crew members of a tanker linked to Russia, which data showed was off the Danish coast last month during mysterious drone flights, prosecutors said on Wednesday, October 1st. The Boracay, a Benin-flagged vessel blacklisted by the European Union for being part of Russia's sanction-busting shadow fleet of aging oil tankers, was stationed off Denmark from September 22nd to 25th, according to ship tracking data analyzed by AFP. Drones have been sighted across Denmark, including over military sites, since September 22nd, prompting brief closures at several airports and a ban on all civilian drone flights until Friday. French military personnel were Wednesday on the deck of the tanker, now stationed off the coast of western France, AFP journalists who overflew the area said. Later Wednesday, Brest prosecutor Stefan Kellenberger told AFP that 2 crew members, who presented themselves as the ship's captain and his first mate, had been taken into custody. A military source, asking not to be named, told AFP the vessel had been boarded on Saturday, with a government source confirming the boarding. President Emmanuel Macron earlier on Wednesday said France was probing the ship for serious offenses, but he stopped short of confirming reports of a connection to the Denmark drone flights. There were some very serious offenses committed by this crew, which justify the current judicial procedure, Macron told reporters at an EU leaders' summit in Copenhagen. And this is also how Moscow works. Serbian police have arrested 11 people over hate-motivated acts in France and Germany, including defacing Jewish sites and placing pigs' heads near mosques, authorities said Monday. The suspects, all Serbian, were allegedly trained by another Serbian who is currently on the run, on the instructions of a foreign intelligence service, Serbia's interior ministry said in a statement, without specifying the intelligence service's nationality. Their objective was also to spread ideas advocating and inciting hatred, discrimination, and violence based on differences. France has launched a series of investigations in recent years into acts of vandalism linked to foreign interference, with many observers pointing the finger at Moscow. Those attacks have often targeted the country's significant Jewish and Muslim communities, at a time of heightened tensions over the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza. European intelligence services have also thwarted Iran-backed terror plots against Jewish sites, including, reportedly, in France and Germany in 2024. The heads of 9 pigs, considered impure in Islam, were found in early September outside mosques in Paris and the surrounding region, sparking outrage and alarm over rising anti-Muslim hatred. According to the Serbian Interior Ministry, between April and September, the group allegedly committed a number of attacks in Paris and its surroundings, including throwing green paint on the Holocaust Museum, several synagogues, and a Jewish restaurant. They also posted stickers with genocidal content and left pig heads near Muslim religious sites, some of which were tagged with French President Emmanuel Macron's name. In Germany, concrete skeletons inscribed with messages were also left at the Brandenburg Gate. France is home to the world's largest Jewish population outside Israel and the United States, as well as a substantial Muslim community. According to the EU Agency for Fundamental Rights, several EU nations have reported a spike in both anti-Muslim hatred and anti-Semitism since the Gaza war was sparked by the Hamas onslaught of October 7, 2023. Monday's statement said the group of 11 will be brought before the prosecutor on a range of offenses, including racial discrimination and espionage. French investigators quickly identified a vehicle with Serbian license plates and a Croatian phone number linked to the crimes near the mosques. Detectives are also probing posters that were plastered on the Arc de Triomphe in the same month, depicting a Russian soldier and the words, "Say, thank you to the victorious Soviet soldier." The vandalism of the Holocaust Memorial, synagogues, and a restaurant in late April led to the arrest and charging of 3 Serbs in France. A French judicial source told AFP that they were suspected of committing the crimes in order to serve the interests of a foreign power.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
gets 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.